And he's taking on Jose De Sousa, the Portuguese man of scores. The Iceman, he's just averaged 113 against Labanauskas. He started with a 6-0 win against Willie O'Connor. That's after getting a bye at the start of the day, so he's dropped one leg and he's averaging 107. I mean, can he be stopped?
25s ago, he's
yes,
won the
he
ball.
can, because look who he's playing. The man who doesn't care for reputation and will do things his own way. De Sousa has had a very, very consistent summer series.
121.
He's been a hugely dangerous player to everyone, but the only thing missing is a win.
Well, Jose De Sousa beat Gerwyn Price.
180.
With darts like that, on his way to the final. And the third event, 2 days ago, he averaged 106 in that game and won it 6 legs to 3. It was at this stage of the tournament as well. Gerwyn, of course, has been the #1 seed all week. Jose's been 16 and hovering around
180.
there. But he's on the 9-darter, this ridiculous man. 1-4 run required. We've already seen one on the live stream from Rob Cross this week. Darren Webster hit one earlier on. It's down to Jose to see if he can do it again.
Every single dart in this leg has been pinpoint. That one's not bad either. Oh, Jose, you teased us. 7 darts into the 9. But on this board, that might be a bad luck charm. Isn't that right, Dan?
Yeah, Jelle Larsen went 7 darts into the 9, 7 treble 20s and missing the 19. Did that twice against Peter Wright. Lost the match by 2 legs.
90.
Gerwyn, creative use of the bullseye to get down to a finish. Shouldn't matter.
Game shot.
Doesn't matter. 11-darter, Jose De Sousa. Well, he must absolutely adore playing Gerwyn Price. That 106 average midweek when he beat him. Sorry, well, Friday when he beat him. That was the second time he played him. The other time, he won the title. Beat him in a final, 8 legs to 1. He annihilated Gerwyn Price.
Right now, De Sousa is hitting that treble 20 look very, very simple.
55.
And Chris Murphy said something a couple of days ago about his compacting the darts together. And if anything, it's getting even better. Because
100.
These treble 20 shots are going right bang in the middle.
No, he played on the home tour. We saw him playing on his board at home. He averaged 109 for the whole night. Or something like that. It was ridiculous. 105 for the whole night. 209 averages. I know it's short format and that, but we've seen him do that. We've seen him regularly chucking 107s and 110s and ridiculous numbers.
97.
The day he made the final, he played 7 games. He's averaged over 102 in 5 of them and over 105 in 4 of them. And it's just incredible.
140.
His uncanny knack of doing it against Gerwyn Price is very impressive as well, considering how hard it is to beat Gezi.
59. $180.
That's more like it from the Iceman. His first maximum, leaving himself on a 2-dart checkout, a chance to break, but that's only if he's allowed back to the board. Double 14. Ooh, that's probably the worst dart he's thrown in the match.
$16 for Bull. For Gezi.
50.
Not far away, and I can now confirm that John Henderson has come from behind and survived many a match dart in the 11th against Sulevic. That match play race is still on, thanks to some luck and heroics from the big Scotsman.
180.
Wow.
Price's turn to kick off with a max. So that does complete our last 16 lineup with Henderson taking on Mickey Mansell for a spot in the quarterfinals. That's the same quarter as Darryl Gurney and Devon Peterson.
177.
And Gerwyn Price he's seen Jose De Sousa hit 7 perfect darts. He couldn't hit the 8th.
180.
He's 6 into it here. Can he produce the perfect 9 darter? Another in there. Oh my word.
96.
Not a bad effort, but a very good leg to try and get your campaign in this last 16 match off to a good start to try and
50.
stem the tide of De Sousa. It will be single 8. Tops.
Game
Oh,
shot.
did he flick his eyes towards the scoring tablet there to see where De Sousa was, and then he didn't even interrupt his rhythm for the second shot at tops? Showed a bit of skill there, did Gezi.
90.
Bit like doing that pass to the left or right and looking the other way.
Well, there's always a good chance that Jose might have left himself a bogey number, if we're honest.
It was 163.
Yeah.
99.
58 to lead 163. Why not? Scott Baker racing towards the quarterfinals. 5-0 up on Madders Razma. Peter Wright, the world champion, 5-0 up on Brendan Dolan. Brendan's just got a leg back there, in fact. And Nathan Aspinall 5-3 up on Dirk van Dijvenbode. So 3 players there, all 1 leg away from making it through to the quarterfinals here today. The culmination of the PDC Summer Series Players Championship 13.
Ricky Evans is definitely the most nervous person in Milton Keynes right now. He's on the bubble for the match play, and he is hoping that James Wade gets rid of Chris Dobie. But it's 2-2 at this point in time. And John Henderson is still alive in that race as well, as is Mickey Mansell. So that's a big, big game coming up between those two.
140.
Gerwyn Price leaves himself 170.
$43.
Nathan Aspinall is our first player through. Scott Baker joins him in the quarterfinals as Price doesn't take out the big fish. Needs a treble, really.
58.
Well, okay, doesn't need it, but it would have made life a lot easier.
You know the pressure's coming. Look at that.
140.
Second and third dart perfection. Another single 18 for tops.
Game
Oh,
shot.
anything and everything to leave tops. And that is a really good 112 from Price to get himself back to level pegging. This one's got plenty of legs in it.
Absolutely. Well, look, he has not played to his capabilities when he's gone up against De Sousa before. Maybe first time around,
134.
he didn't really know much about him. He certainly did after he got walloped 8-1 in a final. This week, he'll have known how dangerous he is, but De Sousa came out and averaged 106 against him. He's averaging 104 here, but Price has had to come from 2 legs down. And he's in this game now, and Gerwyn Price, he is that good, he can take anyone apart. He can have those spells, those runs of legs, where it's
95.
just 12, 13, 12, 13, 11.
He's had plenty of them this week, Dan. How many times has he won 6-0 or 6-1? He's started his campaign every time almost blisteringly.
180.
Yeah. There have been enormous averages from Gerwyn Price, but he hasn't been able to carry it on through the day, has he?
Is that a sign of missing these long tournament
82.
days where he's able to put in that performance early, but this inability to sustain that level and the inability to get over the winning line constantly? I think that is indicative of someone who is missing tournament play.
Well, certainly thrown back into it here. Jose's first to a finish, but Price will be in a much better one.
130.
James Wade now 4-2 up on Chris Dobie. And James is going under the radar again today. Double 17. Do what you want, Jose.
Game shot.
You have to laugh. But that has been hit for a 9-darter before on the PDC Tour by Jamie Caven. Double 17, the least used double on the board in the PDC. And look at Price. He can't believe he's just hit it that way.
108 average, 154 checkouts on double 17. I mean, this man can do anything.
60.
Michael Van Coen called him boring the other day after he beat him in the final. He's always a boring player. He's good. He's a great player, but he is just boring. But how can he be bored? You don't know what he's going to do. He could do anything. He's amazing. His numbers. The pair of them, these two, the stuff they've thrown this week has been mind-boggling at times. But can Price get some revenge for that defeat to Jose 2 days ago?
Anybody who goes 3 tops for 120 is not boring in my view.
Absolutely.
He's just added a little bit of extra cayenne pepper and a little bit of extra paprika to the PDC paella.
60.
He may be so good that darts fans might start asking for a flat top when they go back to the barbers.
Look, I'm yet to see many people. I mean, if that was the case, there'd be lots of people walking around with the Simon Whitlock, and that just isn't happening. So I think there's some way to go before Jose De Sousa makes the transition from darts player to style icon. However, he's very, very good.
Well, we've already got the Peter Wright wig.
100.
Why can't we have the flat tops?
Well, I tell you what, you do it first. Let's see if everybody else follows.
I look like someone from Red Dwarf.
Well, great
180.
visit.
Phenomenal from Price, but it's completely out of his control.
16 or 8. Double 16 it is. And Jose De Sousa just plods along on his merry way. It is 4-2 to the Portuguese. And Gerwyn Price, he's not playing poorly.
140.
Not playing poorly by any stretch of the imagination. He's just not playing as well as this man, again. This is the world number 3, a man who, at the start of this year, he probably should have won the UK Open, probably should have beaten MVG in the final of the UK Open to pick up another major title. Back-to-back Grand Slam champion, back-to-back Euro Tour winner of the International Darts Open. Picking up, he's won more titles than anybody else this year,
93.
Gerwyn Price. And it could well be a third time that he's gone up against Jose De Sousa and the Portuguese guy has just been too good. Just battering him off the board.
Everyone's got a player. No matter how well you are playing yourself, there is always someone who seems to have you.
Well,
95.
it's not irretrievable here. But Gerwyn Price, he's in a battle, and I think this is it. People are going to... Van Gerwen can call him boring all he likes. Jose De Sousa is not going anywhere, and he is destined to climb the rankings and be playing big parts in major tournaments, I think.
I think you're right. Devin Peterson is 5-3 up on Daryl Gurney, averaging just shy of 100. And has 170 left for the match. The match play race is very, very, very tight right now. We need people from that race to win the tournament, but with the amount of people left, I'm saying it's not
46.
impossible.
It certainly isn't. Certainly the way that some of them are playing. I mean, Devin Peterson's averaging around about the high 90s for the day. That can win you titles. Tops for Price.
36.
That was a nice dart. It just didn't drop an extra 2 millimeters.
Well, Gerwyn Price, 3 darts in his hand, looking at tops. There's only one outcome.
98.
There's only one outcome.
He's going to double 10.
Oh, yeah.
Game shot.
See?
Sometimes I get it right.
Yeah. All right, I'll give you that one, Nicholson. 100 average price. 102 for Jose De Sousa, but De Sousa has the break of throw. 2 legs away from a place in the quarterfinals, where he would face either Wade or Dobie.
140.
And at the minute, it looks like James Wade.
Fair play, Getty Price. Pressure applied by the Portuguese with the 140 in leg number 8. And Price is up to it. He maxes. And the way Jose is playing here, Getty might need a 9.
He might do, but then Price has looked the most likely to hit a 9 out of anybody in the world over the last year or so. Not going to produce one here.
100.
But he is level pegging with De Sousa. You're not seeing De Sousa make any mistakes. That's the thing. He's not having a leg where he just misses and misses and misses at doubles. There's just no little avenue for you
100.
to try and force your way into the game.
It's great when you get your equipment right and your mentality and you feel invincible. I get the feeling that De Sousa right now is in that mould of feeling
140.
like a gargantuan talent. And if he takes this out, he'll prove my point. Well,
Ooh.
There's the danger of going 25 in bull. You have one bad dart, and now we can't finish the leg. And this is the opportunity that Price has been craving. Can confirm that Chris Dobie is out.
93.
Wadey has won, and Dobie cannot make the match play any longer. The wait goes on.
Game shot.
But the wait ends for Gerwyn Price. He gets the chance to break. He takes it. It's an 11-darter. Superb stuff from the Iceman. And he is back in control of the game. Hold his throw. He wins.
134.
But you can't... There's no defending here. He's got to run for the line and hope that he's quicker than Jose.
Judging by some of the rugby videos I've seen, I think he is quicker. I would not want him running towards me.
$60.
It is now confirmed that Steve Beaton is safe for the World Match Play. The streak continues. So Sexy Darts will go back to the match play
59.
and keep that unbelievable run of events in the summer going. Congratulations to Steve Beaton.
Yeah, absolutely superb stuff from the bronze Adonis, and that is superb stuff from the Iceman Gerwyn Price. We have had 10 180s in this game. We are only in leg 9. That is the standard we've seen from these guys, and you can see
100.
Price has been dragging his average up. De Sousa has started to fall over the last 2 or 3 legs.
83.
That was a peculiar first effort, don't you think, Dan? Going 19s first on 127?
Well,
Maybe he was looking to maybe get the 57 treble 10 double top.
yeah, I think that'd probably be it, wouldn't it?
It's the Motown shot, 4 tops.
4.
For the first time in the match, it seems like he has a bit of time to collect and have that second chance, which he now requires.
139.
Oh, tops to put him within 1. And there it is, Gerwyn Price, 1 leg away from beating Jose De Sousa, who's been something of a bogeyman for him for the first time. This their 3rd meeting. Look at the draw. The winner of this, one of the top seeds, these two, takes on another top seed and yesterday's
100.
champion James Wade. In the same half of the draw, we have 2 unseeded players. Mickey Mansell, the winner of 1 PDC title.
140.
And John Henderson, a man who has never won a PDC title. In the other half of the draw, it's similar. Peter Wright, the world champion, and Nathan Aspinall, the US darts master, both top seeds. And then Scott Baker and Wayne Jones, both men who are unseeded. Scott Baker has never made a PDC final. Admittedly, he's only been around 2 or 3 years. Wayne Jones famously has made a number of PDC finals and never won one, including European Championship final a fair few years, about a decade ago.
That was 10 years ago in Dinslaken. I remember that event like it was yesterday.
180.
A 180 from De Sousa makes it very likely we will go to leg 11. Price needs a 60. Doesn't get it, and De Sousa's got time.
He might go 12s anyway here. Does he? And is he going bull? No, he's only looking now. I mean, it doesn't make any
41.
sense, does it? But, you know, thing is, he'd have gone for 12s, hit the treble, and then wondered why he's on double 13. Probably hit it anyway. But
95.
Looks like we're going all the way.
Game
And that
shot.
we are.
Well, it's been closer than any of the other two contests that these two have played out. But will it be the same result? Will Jose De Sousa
100.
claim a third straight victory over the world number 3, or can the Iceman finally put him away? Oh.
Look at Price in the
140.
background. He's thinking, stop hitting that 60, you.
$96.
One thing I've really enjoyed over the last 5 days, Dan, is reading the player at the back of the zone. Just being able to see their reactions to some of these players' championship games has been entertainment in itself.
Gerwyn Price
45.
cannot help but look over De Sousa's shoulder, and it's a slip. Oh, but he follows it with one of his own. Oh my word, where has this come from?
64.
And he looks up at the skies because he's not sure the answer himself.
How valuable is that treble 20 going to be in the scheme of this leg? Imagine if he'd only scored 5 or even 24. Good recovery this time from Jose De Sousa, but it's better than Price's recovery.
Well, he could still be first to a finish, Price. But he's probably got to fill it up, hasn't he? At least 2. Absolutely majestic. What an incredibly classy visit that is.
Where's he going to go? Does he go for the 25 to try and get 2 at 18, or does he go treble 7? One dart. He's backing himself at tops with 1. This might be the only match dart he gets.
Oh, that is absolutely stupendous. Jose De Sousa started this match with 7 perfect darts, and it looked like he might annihilate Gerwyn Price once more. But the Iceman has shown why he's world number 3, why he's won more titles than anybody else in the PDC so far this year. He turns it around, wins it 6-5, and the Iceman faces the machine James Wade in the quarterfinals.